I decided to do this one sitting in my living room. And I have some good videos coming up on the Shadow 2 carry, the spec series from Smith, a couple of how-to videos trying to change things up a little bit. But before I do all that, before we get back to our regularly scheduled programming, I want to address why it is that the 2A community is just so sensitive. And I'll just say this, I'm not taking a dig at women because there's a lot of women that watch the channel. My wife is on the channel a good bit. So in no way is this a dig at women, because my wife looked at some of the comments because she's has access to the YouTube studio. Obviously, she can see the comment section, and she would just occasionally yell out like, is this a man or a woman making this comment, And I say, let me look at it. And I say, well, yeah, no, that's a dude. You can see from the name there. And sometimes they have their profile picture. And she was like, why are they acting like such a girl? So that's a woman saying that, right? So I'm not taking a dig at women in this situation, because of course a woman should act like a woman and a man like a man, as far as I'm concerned. But I think that I'd probably say that I'm one of the most misunderstood people on the planet, And people act like I need this YouTube channel, right? They'll say things like, I'm unsubscribing now, as if I care, Do I want people to subscribe? Sure. Do I want people to watch my content? Do I want people to care? Sure. But what I want more than anything is I want to help people. I want to share the gospel of Jesus Christ. I want to answer anybody's question. I mean, if you're a brother or sister in Christ and you're going through something, you need prayer. I pray for people. Every single time someone has asked me to pray for them, I have. Without question, I have. So I want to help people. I want to answer people's questions. I want to see people make the right purchase. I want to see them make a purchase they can be proud of, that they can depend on. And they know that because I did the testing, I spent the money. But, I also do these occasional controversial videos, such as cleaning guns. I've done quite a few of them. But the reason I do them is not so that I can get clicks. Because, again, I'm misunderstood. You don't know me. You don't know my heart. You don't know my mind. The reason I do them is because, again, I do this channel because I'm okay with just having a core group of 50,000 people. If no one else ever subscribes but the people that watch me now, the people I have a relationship through this channel now, continue to watch me, continue to learn, continue to find out what they can and cannot trust as far as firearms, accessories, and so forth go. And we can talk about our Savior. I'm good with that. I've always been good with that. But if I'm going to continue to provide a good service for those 50,000 people, then I need to know how their brain thinks, right? So I do videos addressing questions that people ask all the time. Why would you get a firearm and take it straight out of the box and not clean it? But then for years, all I heard people say was, throw it in the mud. Why ain't you put it in the mud, torture that thing, throw it down a little bit, and like, why? And then those very same people will say, oh, you're an idiot, dude. You don't clean and oil and inspect your guns before you put them out there and shoot them. Like, you're just an idiot, man. Listen, I do these videos to address questions that people have in the comment section, because I need to be out of the comment section. You hear me? I don't even need to be in it because of the idiocy that's in there. But, oh man, I decided to do that video because so many people will comment and talk about me not cleaning. When I say I just took it out of the box, no cleaning, no oiling, that seems to be what people want. Like, it's crazy to me, right? So I was like, well, I'm going to address why I don't, and that I never have, and I haven't, and I've never had problems, and I addressed that. I spoke to that, right? And I'm not going to mention anyone by name. I was going to put up screenshots I took to prove my point, but you can go in the comment section and you can see for yourself so that I don't have to dime nobody out. But this guy says, he proceeds to tell me that, number one, he was an Army vet. Thanks for your service. You would think that veterans wouldn't be quite so sensitive in the 2A community, but either way, he starts by telling me he's a veteran, and that because of that, he cleans his guns, which I understand. Great. My brother's a 12-year Army veteran. So I understand that. I get it, and I'm good with that. And guns that I that I carry, 100%. They're hospital clean by one guy's standards that commented in the comment section. I clean them with toothbrushes. I polish them with a mother's aluminum mag polish or whatever it is. Even the inside of the barrel, sure. If I'm cleaning it, sure. I'm sorry. Well, if I'm cleaning it and carrying it, sure, I clean it that way. I was just talking about right out of the box, at the range, not carrying the gun, right? So this guy proceeds to tell me that basically almost as if he's disappointed in me as a person, right? Gene, and so, I clean my guns. I do this, I do that. I oil and I wipe out all the excess from the factory, all of this other stuff. And then he says, Gene, I'm going to keep watching your videos. But I don't agree with, not cleaning your guns or oiling them before shooting them or whatever. Okay. So the only part of that I caught was, Gene, I'm going to keep watching your videos. Now, tell me if I'm wrong, but to me, that is suggestive. Like, I almost decided not to watch your videos anymore because you have a difference of opinion of me or from me. That's what it seemed like to me, right? So the only thing I said in response was, thanks for sharing, of course. I've always done this for years, had no problems. But I don't understand why potentially not watching me would even come into the conversation here. Like, why would you bring that up? Why would you say I'm going to keep watching you if it had not crossed your mind not to because I have a difference of opinion from you? That's wild. That's mind-boggling to me. So I asked him, well, why would potentially not watching me even come into the equation? Just because we have a difference of opinion. Thanks for watching. As always, I say that to everybody. Thanks for watching. I wake up to, this is the one that my wife was like, is this a woman? Like, I'm just saying, a woman said that. I'll get her on here to say that if she's not with me at the moment, but a woman said that. Is this a woman that's saying this? Okay, well, I'll unsubscribe like you want me to. And he said some other things. I invite you to go scroll through the comment section in the why I don't clean and oil my guns out of the box video, and you'll see what I'm talking about. Like, I said nothing to him, nothing out of the way. You attacked me and you jumped. Yeah, I'm going to unsubscribe just like you want me to. And then I had this other cat that said, oh, I guess if you give a $2.99 super thanks. Now listen, I appreciate every single dime that a complete stranger would give to me. God knows my heart. But from that super thanks, by the time YouTube and Apple takes from it, I'm going to get about 65 cents of $2.99, okay? No, I did not heap on the praise for that guy because he gave me a $2.99 super thanks. In fact, I didn't even see that he had at that point until that guy said something, and then I went, wait a minute, somebody gave me a super thanks? And I had to make sure I went over and told the guy I appreciated it. But this guy says, you're going to attack me and jump on me because literally the only thing that I said was basically he was arguing with another subscriber. He was arguing back and forth with him, right? And I just basically said, come on, guys. It ain't that serious. This is not worth arguing about. Like, come on. Like, really. Like, genuinely, it's not worth arguing about, it's just one man's opinion over another. Thank you guys for watching. Like always, literally, that's all I said. You can go over to the comment section and see it for yourself, unless that guy takes his own comment down after he sees this. But that's literally all I said was, come on, guys. This is not worth bickering back and forth about. It's just not. Like, oh, okay, so now I'm getting attacked. You're popping off on me because I didn't give you a $2.99 super thanks. Oh, I see. That's how it is. You called me a troll one day. You remember? I don't know if you remember or not. You called me a troll. You popping off on me because I didn't give you a $2.99 super thanks, and I get attacked. I mean, I'm literally was walking around the house laughing because my wife said, again, is that a woman? Like, no, I don't think so. I'm pretty sure it's a dude. But like, he got attacked. He got attacked because I said, come on, guys, stop bickering about something that's just a matter of an opinion. That's all it is. And because I said, come on, let's stop bickering back and forth, I'm popping off. If you see that as popping off, then you are an overly sensitive person that in my opinion is just childish, and you probably should not be commenting in the comment section. You might not even should be watching videos at all because you're overly sensitive. Okay, I have found out so many things about the 2A community since I've started filming videos. What I have found out is there really isn't a hardcore tight-knit group. There really is no such thing, in my opinion, as a 2A community because of the infighting and the bickering. It's just insane to me. We get so much of that from outside, and then we have to deal with it inside the 2A community. I found that there really is no 2A community. It's groups of people that agree with one another about a particular brand, about a particular way or style of shooting or cleaning. It's just you have your little cliques, your little niches, right? Like you do in any group, right? And it's really not a tight-knit group of people that just support one another like brothers, no matter of our difference of opinion, okay? And what I also have found is that it's quite possibly one of the most childish, sensitive, and as my wife said, girly communities, and again, I'm not attacking everyone. I'm just saying, like, it's just insane to me that anybody would do that or behave that way. It's just absolutely insane. Come on. Another guy I'm thinking about commenting on the Smith & Wesson. It was so obvious, like you could see from the pictures, poor machining in that spec series. The pictures were so pure and slap you in the face. It was obvious that the machining was bad, right? The trigger, I can't prove that in picture, but it's gritty. And other people said the same thing. I love the gun, but the trigger is gritty. You're not wrong about that, right? The front strap, there's so much information online about that plastic piece of crap front strap that moves, and you can see light right through it. I put a picture up of that. You can see light. Take the magazine out, you can see light right through it, right? I have this other guy that watches me. I think is HVAC R Tool Nut or something like that. How you doing, buddy? You know who you are. He got the spec series, and he watched the video. But you know what? He was like, hey, man, I see what you're talking about. Yeah, the trigger's got some grit. It works itself out. Good video, bud. I love the gun. Okay. I mean, that's the way you should respond to someone that doesn't necessarily like what you might like. But people get so brand loyal, that you say one little thing. Obviously, I proved it in picture. The front strap is a joke. The machining on the gun is a joke. The grit in the trigger in general for a $1,500 gun is a joke. But overall, you'll see in the coming days that I really, really like the gun. I really like it, its performance and everything else. But people can't handle one little thing that you say negative about a gun that they like. It is insane to me. Come on, people. Stop being so touchy. It's just an inanimate object. It's just a piece of metal. It's just a gun. Stop being so touchy. I don't clean my guns before I shoot them at the range, but I do before I carry them. and that's just what I do. If you don't do that, I'm not dogging you for that. Okay, everyone, I said thanks for sharing. Thanks for sharing, because that's what I'm doing to learn my viewer and how they think. That's why I'm misunderstood. I did the video so that I could get this kind of feedback, so that I could learn my viewer and how they think, and that I could continue to perform what I believe or hope is a good service to my viewers, and continue to spread the good news of the gospel of Jesus Christ. Thanks so much for watching. Let me know what you think about all of this, just rambling today. And as always, to God only be the glory.